Welcome. Please select an available travel route. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Celebration to remember. Fireworks, you said.
I failed. I failed. I'm sorry, I failed. Once there were two little boys. Their names were Parkanis and something. Why can't I remember?
It's going to be all right. I'm sure you'll remember eventually. Just relax.
But I have to remember. Padawan. I'm not mad. The man in the shadows is making me this way. He brings the darkness. It's coming.
The man in the shadows. I don't understand.
Parkanis! Parkanis, where are you?
Yuan! Farron, please, see Yuan back to her room. I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm Atris Finn, the researcher here. We must get to work finding a cure.
She keeps talking about someone called Parkanis. Who is that?
You don't know either? Never mind. A cure is what Yuan really needs. The problem is that the greatest collection of learning in the galaxy, the Jedi Temple here on Coruscant, has lain in ruins since the war. I believe the answer to curing Yuan is in the archives of the temple ruins, but accessing them won't be easy.
If it will help Yuan, I'll get us the information.
The temple's artificers created a system to sort through the vast stores of knowledge. A set of 3 holocrons that served as guides. The wisdom and personalities of the Order's greatest masters were imprinted on these guides, which they called Noeticons.
I see no need for hesitation here.
Unfortunately, we don't have the Noeticons. Not anymore. The temple ruins were looted. The Noeticons were taken. I have a lead on one of them, but it's not in friendly hands. Republic security spotted some GAN scavengers carrying a Noeticon in the Migrant Merchants Guild. The Republic brought one of the GAN in for questioning, but he won't talk.
Being taken in by security must be quite intimidating. Maybe he'll speak to a Jedi.
The Republic officer you want is Alec Ephron. He's at the security outpost with the GAN right now. And I'm working on a lead for the second Noeticon. I should have something by the time you get back. Good luck.
Flora Garo, isa borgesiem zevaxa inatro, mbome finadre.
That will be all, Minister. Dismissed. Captain Winborn contacted me. You thwarted an attack that would have killed thousands. You have my gratitude. Unfortunately, you also have a holo recording I would like destroyed. Its contents will only cause harm.
Do you know how many lives have been lost because of your deception, Senator?
I thought the only life I risked was my own. I expected assassination attempts, not war. My opponent in the elections was a vile man, lazy, stupid, and corrupt. He wasn't interested in building, only taking. I had to win. But I didn't possess as much wealth as he did. When those gangsters approached me, I accepted their donation, and I'd do it again.
Do you hear yourself? After everything that's happened, you still won't admit to being wrong.
I'm not wrong. If you'd witnessed the suffering on this world, the poverty and despair, you'd know that. I stole from those criminals to rebuild Coruscant for its people. Set things right. I'll bring the Migrant Merchants Guild to justice. You hold the power to ensure my success. Let me finish healing this world. Please, destroy that recording.
If you really love the people of Coruscant, you'll admit what you've done. Let them decide whether or not to forgive you.
You think I'm dishonest? I'm just a realist. But there's no point arguing it with you. I won't force you to go public. I'll call an emergency meeting in the Senate. Tell them the truth. Let them decide.
Coruscant will be rebuilt with or without you. I promise to help finish what you've started.
Perhaps you should run for office. I'll see to it you're properly recognized for your heroism in the old galactic market. Farewell.
a safe and pleasant stay.
Jedi, welcome. Welcome to the, Old Galactic Market, sir. I'm sorry, I never met a real Jedi up close.
I'm a person, just like you.
Right, yes. Well, anyway, this is the, Gand we brought in. He was talking about that Jedi holocron you're all looking for, but he's not exactly, talkative.
You refer to yourself as Gand. How interesting. This is your chance to distinguish yourself. Help me save a dying woman by telling me where the special holocron is. I promise no harm will come to the Gand. Who is this Lars Badig? Is there some sort of schedule that determines who holds it? So I must light the signal, then go to the warehouse.
I'll bet the signals have something to do with the Gand hierarchy. Throw up the right one and you'll get their leader.
We can't hold them without reinforcements.
Let's see if this works.
Structure requires that it be removed for...
With all respect, Master Arca, you are incorrect. The structure only appears fractal. If you view it through the lens of the Force, you...
I don't suppose either of you is going to move past your petty geometrical squabble long enough to notice we have a visitor.
What am I looking at here?
It's the Noeticon of Science. My colleagues and I were chosen to represent the Jedi spirit of scientific inquiry. Mostly those to argue. The last person to use the Noeticon got so tired of hearing these two yammer, he shut us down. It was a mercy.
Wait, Master Thoris. Where is the Jedi Temple? We seem to have been moved.
I'll explain later. For now, I need information on an illness that is affecting my master.
How terrible. Come, tell us her symptoms. Perhaps we can help.
So, she claims the darkness is coming, and talks of someone called Parkanus, and her mind is most affected.
I'm afraid we've plied our extensive knowledge of biological, chemical, and technological diseases, but this illness is beyond us.
What would you have me do?
Sometimes knowledge comes through ruling out false ideas.
For once, Master Vandar and I agree. Yuan's illness is definitely not medical, but we have accessed files that bear cross-checking.
If you can find the Noeticon of Light, where Masters Noab, Nomi, and Woe guard the Jedi Order's mystical knowledge, they may be able to help.
Where is this Noeticon of Light?
We do not know. Ordinarily, it would have been connected with us in the temple, but no more.
I'm sorry we couldn't have been of more help, but it's difficult without the other parts of the Noeticon.
Find the Noeticon of Light, and seek your answer there. May the Force be with you, and remember, if you seek answers, you must always ask questions.
Ah!
It's an honor, Master Jedi. I apologize in advance if I throw up on you. Officer Anstis. Nice to, meet you. Apparently I've got enemies back at HQ. Got the unenviable task of arresting Gambo, Black Sun Enforcer with a string of murders to his name. I've gone inside the dealer's den half a dozen times to confront him, and he's beaten me within a centimeter of my life each time.
Perhaps you should try talking to Gambo instead.
Gambo doesn't talk, except with his fists. I'd call for backup, but frankly, Gambo could tear through that whole cantina if he had a mind to. He needs to be talked down or knocked out if I'm gonna arrest him. I'm no match, but you might have a shot.
I'll go talk to Gambo. You should get to a med center.
I won't leave my post. I can't take Gambo, but I can keep tabs on him. No one sees Gambo without going through Zuki, his lookout. If you're lucky, Gambo might give you a few words before he starts swinging. Use them wisely.
I need to talk to Gambo.
Tula musta, wo grani tampio, tu pushiwompa. Gilis kachanaga wanichika kospa ini kokate.
I can handle Gambo. He won't hurt you.
Gino hagwa bontagu, chubalong haku. Tong micha Kolkata maji, taus azalas ulval.
Ni kagusa topo, michuba!
You don't want to fight me. You want to turn yourself in.
Jopel mi, akitaitima mikuna.
Hagwa boska ponyo, boska!
what you said, but I almost died of shock when Gambo turned himself in. We're not taking any chances. There's a whole squad escorting him back to headquarters. I should call a medic before I pass out. Thanks for the help.
Are currently open for business. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Jedi, come look. It's the Senate Tower. I was raised there. My father was an admiral, and my mother was a senator. But they were both killed during the war.
That's tragic. I'm sorry to hear it.
Don't be. They gave their lives to protect this great republic. I'm sorry. My name is Spiracris Zerum. I used to be military, then a diplomat, but not anymore. Now I represent a group of loyal citizens, willing to go to any length to protect the true republic from its enemies.
What exactly is the True Republic?
The True Republic is the one based on ideals, on the principles that carried us through history. Until now. Dangerous radicals are about to make a massive power play in the Senate. Senator Glirius Parvel is gathering support to break ties with the Jedi and establish an alliance with the Sith Empire.
The dark side is always at work behind the scenes.
I agree, but Parvel actually believes he's trying to save the Republic. My colleagues discovered a way to expose Parvel's plan to the public, turn the political tide against this insanity. But our one-shot's about to pass us by. Parvel's put us all on Senate's security watch list. We can't even get near the tower.
I can take care of that.
You mean, you might actually be willing to help us? A diplomatic parcel is being delivered to Senator Parvel's office. All you'd have to do is steal the parcel and smuggle it out to me. Will you do it?
I would be honored to assist you.
Thank the stars. Until you came along, I was beginning to give up hope. A courier droid is delivering the documents to Senator Parvel. Use this scrambler box, and it'll hand the parcel to you. Just intercept it before it reaches his office. I'll be waiting here.